Hello everybody, welcome back to the RC Uncensored Podcast. Today we are met by, again...
Ranveer.
Oh, what's your last... You gotta mention your first name and last name.
Ranveer Khandwala.
Okay. Andrew Kim.
My name is Sion Cyrus.
I'm Brahmjot Singh. And I'm Cyrus.
And we're all met by these wonderful members again. They're joining us for a second time. Amazing people, really. And do you want to introduce us to our first topic?
So today we're going to be talking about cultures. Let's not be offensive. So let's be sensitive to everybody's
and
beliefs.
sensible too.
So Lunar New Year just passed, right? So obviously, as a Chinese person, Lunar New Year is a very big holiday in our tradition. How was Lunar New Year for you guys, actually?
I was in India.
Yeah. Do they celebrate it?
No.
Nothing at all. No moon cakes.
Oh, okay.
I made hella bags, so even though I'm white.
So
What? Who gave you
Wait, from
red
who?
packets?
But just like people in my complex and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, there was
Dude,
I
I
lived near
started
nice
in
people.
Chinese
They
friends.
named your neighbors?
Well, I mean, like when I bump into them, they're like, "Hey, Happy New Year, go get fat choy," all that.
How much did they
No,
give
but
you?
They give you money.
Yeah,
How much?
Are they-
like
how much
$20.
you guys
Like,
Oh, $20.
well, I mean, like from like each packet. I told them I made like 200.
Are they Indian or what?
Yeah, that's Asian.
Oh, really? That's actually very surprising.
How much
Yeah.
you make? You're Chinese. How much you make?
13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
50K?
Wait, no,
What
how
the
much?
hell? Oh my God, retire! You don't need to work.
Yo, what?
How much you guys
Sorry, I might have been loud. I think
Nothing.
I'm
I don't
I
know.
made like 2,000 only.
Yeah.
Only, yeah,
It's
only.
because Hong Kong Lunar New Year and Chinese New Year is very different. Like Hong Kong Lunar New Year, like if you're married, you each would give $20 pockets to like a person, but then like in China it's like one married couple would give 100 of a packet.
Damn, I should have been in China instead.
So they just give out like 100?
Yeah. So
The entire Lunar, so they're just set.
Nothing.
No, like every kid.
I'd make anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
but is that different in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong is like the
20.
married couple will
Yeah.
what each give one just $20
Oh,
$40.
Oh, that makes sense.
Gotcha.
I think similar to Korean too, like
Really?
yeah, cause I go to my Korean church, like over them, like them folk, they all gave me like it ranged from like 100 to 50, 100 to 20.
Yeah.
Like it depends on how well they
Yeah.
know you and stuff. Like if you're just a
Is
stranger,
it big in Korea?
kind of yeah, it still is pretty big. Instead, like in Korea, when you're receiving it from your parents, you have to bow down,
Oh,
like
really?
yeah,
Okay.
go on your knees and do
really?
that. Yeah, you have to do
well,
that.
there's that type of thing you have to do as well, but it's not a very strict thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, Ranveer.
I made nothing. Yeah. I don't
Same.
really. And I didn't give anyone anything, so I guess
Alright.
that's fair.
Let's go around and share what religion, culture, or whatever we follow. Right?
Okay.
Please.
I'm Indian, specifically Maharashtrian, and I'm a Hindu.
Could you expand on that a little bit more?
In what sense?
No. Let's just
Like,
share first.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm Korean and I'm Catholic.
I'm like British, but I was baptized into the Greek Protestant church because I'm also a little bit Greek.
I'm Indian and I'm Sikh.
You're sick.
I'm Chinese and well, my family's Buddhist, but I mean, I would say, I wouldn't say I'm a Buddhist.
You're atheist.
I don't think I'm an atheist. I'm a person that believes that
Protestant.
I'm
No,
a-
not Protestant.
It's
Agnostic?
Agnostic.
Agnostic. Yeah. I think I'm agnostic. So, wait, where do you guys stand on the whole argument of agnostic or religion and like if you believe in
Damn.
or aliens or
So,
like where
Aliens.
question.
Good
That's
lord.
a broad topic, but everyone has a different. They have a
I don't know.
Dude,
I-
they have a take on it.
I obviously believe in God, right? That's why I'm Catholic, but like if someone else doesn't believe, I can understand their point too.
Yeah.
I mean, because at their point, they haven't been given like evidence or something like that, so they would have no reason to believe it. But me, I just believe it. It's what I grew up with, right? You grow up eating rice. You're gonna eat rice every day. And you won't question it, right? It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
Same
that's
with
fair
me,
enough. I think what was very I'm lucky about was that my parents were very hands off. If I believed in God, I think at like several points throughout my childhood, I was like, yeah, God's pretty tight. But no, they just let me do whatever I wanted to do, and eventually, I guess I was like, yeah, it just doesn't fit with me.
Do you wish they were more strict on you, like for the religion thing? Like they kind
No, not particularly. I am very happy that they gave me my own choice.
of. I see. So you were first forced into like nothing.
No, they didn't like teach me about anything. There's like, hey, religions exist. We're fine if you want to believe in God, but we don't.
Oh, they don't.
No.
But
Well, I mean, both of them grew up in very religious households, but then they became atheists and wanted to, not be judgmental of my
Wait,
upbringing.
how are you baptized if you?
You don't
They,
have
they,
to be-
they wanted me to be baptized so I could get married in a church.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be married in a church if you're not
Oh, okay,
baptized.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At
like-
birth
like
or
in a
like in
building.
general baptized?
I think
No, you
it.
can't
I think.
get
It, I guess it.
baptized after.
I think it depends, on the type of Christian, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Being married. In
What are the
church
branches
is
of Christianity?
There's Orthodox. There's Catholic, Orthodox, Protestant, and then like the one in America. That's like famous.
American.
This is American.
No, but it's like most.
Oh.
There's also like Mormonism.
Oh yeah, Mormon.
Baptist, yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
in America.
right, yeah.
Mormonism. Then there's the one with the I think Amish people are like a sect of Christianity.
Yeah. So what is the main difference between these?
Someone could tell you better, but I think they're all pretty minor.
Okay, well, like
It's
to
like-
my.
still hate each
it's like
other.
certain like what are those things
So
called?
what is the two main? What is the two?
I think Catholicism is
Catholic and
really big.
Protestant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what
are
is the
the
difference
most-
in those two?
Okay, so I'm not sure, but Catholic we believe in Mary.
Yeah.
Like she's like next to God, but I'm pretty sure in Protestant they don't.
Yeah, in Catholicism.
The story is really different, like in the Bible as well. Too.
No, they're pretty similar. It's just
is
in the Protestant faith, Mary is way less like significant. She's like, yeah, she gave birth to Jesus, but other than
she's,
that,
like, much
she's
less
kind of
significant,
irrelevant.
yeah. They don't
But
pray to
in
Mary.
Catholicism, they're like, no, Mary was like the chosen one to be like given, like Jesus, all that jazz.
Yeah.
You tell them. I don't know.
No.
You're the Catholic.
Yeah, basically goes along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, let's talk about like different stuff in our cultures. Not just your religion, but like so we're from India. We're both from India. For example, the food in India.
Way better.
Yeah.
To start off with, I think you and I had a pretty similar culture, like background.
Yeah.
Even though we're like pretty far parts of India,
Yeah.
like we
So
grew
I'm
up
like
doing the
far
same thing.
north. You're like
West.
middle. Yeah,
West.
west.
Wait, so do you guys think you're more familiar with like Indian culture or Hong Kong culture? Because you guys grew up in Hong Kong.
I grew up in India.
You
I
grew up
moved
in
here 7 years ago.
So you would be more familiar with Indian culture, obviously.
But you were still raised in a quite like
No, because
traditional manner.
like for me, I'm Korean, right? But I was born here. I was raised here my entire life. Like, I'm pretty familiar with how things work here, right?
Yeah.
And like for Korea, I guess I am too, but not to the same level I am like as in Hong Kong. Like, do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. So, like, how is it for you guys?
I'd say like I don't know, being like born and like raised here, I guess in Hong Kong, it's like very different to India. Very like completely different. I don't think there's any similarities to India, especially in like infrastructure and like from my part of India at least. It's very like underdeveloped and everything. So I'd say it's a big difference. Also, when you go to like in Wanchai, there's the Sikh temple, so that's where I go, and especially during the like major festivals. So like for example, Diwali, or let's just take Diwali for an example. There's like very big celebrations that they do, and it's like once you go there, you don't feel like you're in Hong Kong at that time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Same with the Hindu temple in Shimshashoy.
I see. Is there anything different for you?
Well, I don't know. I grew up in an Arabic country. I was born in
What?
the Emirates,
Oh,
in the
really?
UAE, and I lived there for 5 years before moving to China.
Dubai.
China.
Yeah, I moved to China for a year and then Hong Kong. It's been very interesting to see all the differences between the places. I thought that China and Hong Kong were going to be more similar than it actually was when I moved. And we
Right.
moved because there were no hospitals where in the part of the China that I lived. The closest one was in Macau. And obviously my parents living with two very small children
Yeah.
were
That's not. Yeah.
scared of that. But I think generally obviously I lived there. What now? 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived in a pretty rural, very jungly area. But I think generally the social life here is a bit better. I think a lot of people in China were a bit more, kept to themselves.
Oh, sure.
And in the Emirates, I mean, I can't really remember what that was like, but what I can remember was again, I think socially a lot of people were quite happy, but they were quite
Reserved. Like,
segmented.
Yeah.
Everyone was like in their own like cliques and stuff.
Wait, so how do you guys transition? Like cope with the transition from like
I've
going
never
from one
transitioned.
place to another place? No, like
Recently, I just
Culture-wise.
came back from India. Like, it is a lot different there, especially like the people as well. Hong Kong, like, not everybody just goes and talks to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for like strangers to just interact with each other. In India, it'll be like anybody's just talking to anybody about anything. It's
Also,
very open there, and it's also like the tone and everything that you speak in India is a lot more different in Hong Kong. It's not. It can be, but sometimes it's not as relaxed, and things can escalate quickly there. So you just need to be able to switch from I talk like this in Hong Kong. Now I'm going to India. I need to be more aggressive. I need to be more outspoken. I need to be more I need to portray myself as
oh, I see. Yeah.
I recently went to China, and I think what I noticed majorly is the pace of life in Hong Kong and in China is very different. Like, I feel like Hong Kong is a very fast pace of living. Like, time will actually like go by faster, as maybe related to how working here is way more competitive or way more stressful, and also maybe how dense the city is. It just makes you feel like everyone, there's people around you all the time, where that may be different in other countries. And yeah, I think that's one thing I noticed actually.
I mean, like building on Brahmjot's point earlier, especially like going back to like a European country, or well, ex-European country, Britain. A lot of like, I don't know, there's things in like Hong Kong that you kind of are like socially allowed. Like people just enter and exit trains at the exact same time. You can kind of like cut and walk in front of people if you need to go places, because the streets are really small, so people don't care. But in the UK, like sometimes I'll like move in front of someone, and I think in like the UK or like in the West, that would be like really impolite.
Yeah.
And like I think like and like in a lot of places, there are just certain social rules that you have to abide by. Even like things like cutlery.
Yeah.
Very important in the UK, unless you're eating fish and chips.
In Korea as well, one time, like, when you respond to someone, or like, teacher can just say, and it's not really seems disrespectful, right? At least that's what I've been taught here. But like in Korea, you have to like, whenever like we want to respond, you have to say yes, like yes. There's no He says it's disrespectful. And like it's so much different sometimes.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys' takes on shoes in the house? I think it's a very interesting topic, and there's a lot of comparison between cultures.
I hate people who wear shoes in the house.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
You're not.
That's an American thing.
Yeah,
people
it's
in the
not
UK don't.
it's not Europe.
I mean, okay, people in the UK, it's more acceptable in like parties or like large hangouts, but especially in like carpeted homes, because it's like cold there, right? So you have carpet as your floors. It's
disgusting.
It's uncommon, at least, especially if you live there.
Really,
like,
it's uncommon.
In my grandparents' house, you don't live with your shoes on in the house. But I know, like in America, you wake up and then put on your shoes. Like,
dude, some people put shoes in the bed too.
No, that's messed up.
That is
I cannot. I don't know how anyone does that.
Dude, sorry, but like, not sorry actually, because that's disgusting. You have to do more laundry then, because like, what if you stepped in like dog poo on your way home?
I think their justification is like.
Because they don't need to clean the floors as much.
They don't need to clean the floor as well.
I
Surely
think
you
it's
would need
absurd.
to clean the floors more, right?
No, because when you it's you don't need a vacuum, right?
Yeah.
Like
okay.
because you're not like touching the like dust and stuff.
But there's gonna be dust flying around everywhere though. That's
I don't agree with it, but I do think the point kind of makes sense. If you're trying to reduce the workload, it's kind of
it's such a different experience, because I have this friend called Ewan, and like I go to his house and stuff. Like he wears shoes in his house. He's like wearing it, like stepping everywhere on rugs and stuff like that too. Like getting used to it at first is kind of weird, but like
he was a weird guy.
Different strokes for different folks.
I've met him once or twice.
Strokes.
Gingers.
Potato.
What are we talking about?
I actually have a really funny story. Sorry. When I was going to the airport in India for my flight back to Hong Kong a few days ago, the traffic was just horrible because it's India, which is pretty like expected there. But it's like there's the cross section where there's like 4 roads, right? And once the red light turns, nobody stops going, so they just continue. And there's a huge traffic in the middle, and it just becomes like everybody's honking their horns. You can't hear anything. So we were stuck in there, and my driver, I've never seen this before because I'm from Hong Kong, it doesn't happen. He got out the car in the middle of the traffic, walked up to another guy's car, smashed his what? No, he smashed his hand on the hood, and then they started screaming at each other, full like screaming at each other. I was like, I wasn't scared, but I was like, what the?
Is the like Indian road system like gridded? Is it like
It's
New
disgusting.
York?
It's like they started with one road, started building more roads, but had no plan. They just started building roads.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, okay, my house is there, we build a road there. And then it just became this huge, disgusting mess.
It's like one
just
road to
sprinkle-
every house. And then
It just became a disgusting mess.
In Delhi, it's
Yeah.
like, so the airport's hella clean. The airport in Delhi is like pretty nice. It's very well developed, especially the area around it. But once you get like, I don't know, a couple hundred meters away from the airport, it's like, it turns into from like solid asphalt roads into like dirt.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
Dirt roads in like the city.
Yeah.
but are those parts like old, or is it just
No,
like that?
it's just never really been developed properly. Yeah. So
Sorry, you want to finish what were you saying? The town that you grew up in is actually quite a popular holiday destination for Indians because they have the Golden Temple and it's a lot of people want to see that.
Right.
So I went there 2 years ago and
Wait.
yeah, what's up?
Sorry, I was just gonna say that's sick.
Great one.
Okay, sorry, I don't know why.
Dad's podcast.
And the second I land there, the first thing I see, gates of the airport open, a 14-year-old on a motorbike just rolls. He looked younger than me at the time. He not even like a fully developed mustache. He had like the little wisps of hair, and he was just on a motorcycle. So traffic laws over there are pretty horrible.
Like last thing is like we went to my cousin's house and she's way younger. She's like 11 or something, and there was one ingredient, I don't know, I think it was milk or something. They didn't have it and they were cooking. So my mom told me to go with her to the store to get milk. She like hops on the bike, told me to sit behind her, and I feel so uncomfortable because I'm like, she's 11, like, and she's riding a bike, and I'm sitting right behind her.
Like a motorcycle?
Motorbike,
It's like a
yeah.
motorbike.
They all the
Damn.
kids drive them there. It's
I
so
mean,
weird.
she's driving it properly. She's like fully like fast, everything.
That's kind of cool to be honest.
It's pretty cool.
Dangerous,
but
but it's like
It's but it's
In
awesome.
China, you can rent motorbikes on your phone with WeChat.
Well, I mean, I know
it's
you
like
can-
electrical ones.
It's like the local bikes
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Hong Kong.
they're kind of
Yeah.
doing that in the UK.
Yeah,
Like
they're
I know around
electric.
Cornwall
And
they
you
have
can-
those.
Scooters, right?
And
now?
they're on the road as well. They're not on like the sidewalk. They're on the road.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, but like
it's just
if you're 11,
it's just
Yeah.
mainly the ages.
Very
I mean, like I know it's like very popular in like Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam.
Oh yeah, Thailand.
So like just rent out like a little
How do you guys?
Vespa. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, how is like getting a driver's license in India as well? Isn't it different?
India, there is driving schools which they'll teach you properly. It'll take like a month.
Yeah.
Same as Hong Kong, but there's also like super. There's a lot of corruption in India, so
Very
it's very
easy.
easy to just tell your officer like, "I'll give you this much money.
Yeah.
Just give me the license in a week."
Seriously?
Isn't that
very
like?
common.
Dude, in Korea it's like a 9 to 5. You have to like go there every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
it's
it's
so
not.
hard.
It's not like
But-
that in India.
Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like even I wouldn't want to cheat on something like a driving exam because...
I mean, but some people, like, if they're 16 and they want to, like, drive around.
Yeah, but, like, even
like,
16, like, there's... I feel, like, so overwhelmed by the
Yeah.
idea of learning to
Yeah.
drive because it's a scary prospect.
No, to be fair, if you're planning on driving in India, there's a way different course you need to take. That is hell,
like,
hell
yeah, because,
to
like,
drive in India.
If you get your driver's license through, like,
Yeah.
rigging it, and then you want to
Yeah.
drive somewhere else, and then...
But-
people are driving
but some more
sensibly.
expensive days,
Yeah.
Um,
But yes.
Like, do you actually have to be able to drive for them to, like,
Like you have to, they'll still take your test.
Oh,
so like
so
there
it's-
is still the system,
Oh.
but it's like
yeah, so it's not like a...
it's
buy
it's
a
very
license.
easy to get to
Oh,
it, like
okay.
just like that. One example that I like faced personally was the last time like I went to India, I had to get my passport renewed. The guy came home, the police officer, and I don't know what the system is there, but in front of us he asked for like 10,000 rupees. And if we didn't pay him, he wasn't gonna do it. So yeah, but that's like 1,000 Hong Kong.
Oh,
It's not as bad as it sounds,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty local. So it's not.
That's an amazing story from all of you guys. India, China, and Europe. Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff from everyone. I think this can wrap it up over here. We'll continue on next time.
We love and
Probably.
respect everyone around the world.
Yeah, let's make sure to appreciate everyone's culture. You know, different strokes, different folks. But so many folks want that strokes. Anyways, all right. Thank you guys. Come back for next time's podcast. Bye.
Bye.